Hey guys, classichomer here, and welcome to Let's Play Dragon Quest II, the Super Nintendo version, because it's better. Actually, yeah, I think this would be a little bit better than the NES, both in presentation and, well, general fairness. I don't know, per se, that a lot of the enemies have been, modified or, weakened, nerfed, whatever you want to call it, to make the game more playable, but I would imagine that much like how Dragon Quest I had some, I don't even know if you could call it simplification. Anyway, they made it a little bit easier to do things like having more consistent damage and enemy spells not doing quite as much. Anyway, I'm going to name my character Roland this game, because we're not playing as the hero from the previous game, we're playing as one of his grandchildren. And, well, if the hero from the first game was named after me, I'll name the hero in the second game one of the names I've been thinking of for a son. Not that I have, anyone expecting. Probably won't be for many, many years. That's okay. I don't actually want children in the first place. I just like that name. So, the game here is going to briefly explain, well, kind of what I just said. That the hero from the first game left with the princess from Tantagel, and they settled into their own nation and made their kingdom, which they eventually split into three, much like how, kings in real life will divide their kingdom among their children when they die. Well, when they're going to die. Actually, if I remember right, that was one of the things Charlemagne managed to prevent from happening. Was he didn't have, or maybe he... Or maybe that was the problem. I can't remember if he had a whole bunch of sons, and then there was a whole lot of contention about how their kingdom was going to be split. You know what? Never mind. Take my word for it. Usually, if you have, more than one possible heir to the throne, it becomes a problem about who gets how much land. So, that is the idea. Know that there was one kingdom, and now it's been split into three. Moonbrook, Lauracia, as I'm going to call it, or you could go by the original name of Meadenhall, and Cannock. This is Moonbrook. They're fucked, because they're already being attacked by Hargon. How bad is Hargon? You'll get to see right now. Yeah, Random Monster totally takes out one of the castle's soldiers immediately. So, knowing that they're screwed, the king tries to save the princess and hide her away. And he wants to make it to Lauracia. Whatever. I can't begin to think of how that's actually pronounced. It's Laura with a Cia. I guess it could be Lauracia? Whatever. It's another one of Roto's descendants' kingdoms. Come on, King, what's going on? You took out that first guy with a single spell. Why couldn't you take out these other two? Or that guy who totally just burned her ass and, well, yeah. I didn't say it was going to be pretty. In fact, it's specifically not pretty. It's kind of weird how their castle's set up, though. In most of these games, it's a straight shot to the king's throne. And here, it's actually looks more like a dungeon to me. In any case, wow, those soldiers are worthless. I mean, come on, the king would put up a better fight than his men. The king and all his men couldn't put Moonbrook back together again. No, seriously, that place is dead. I mean, look at that. Castle is on fire. I appreciate the screen shake. Thanks, guys. Really sent it home to let you know that those people got royally screwed. I've already used the F word once this video. So, at least one guy made it out. Kind of alive. He's, you know, limping, but that's okay. Oh, no, I guess it's not okay. Yeah, he's, gravely wounded. I'm gonna imagine that cough was him coughing up blood. Yeah, he's... No, you wouldn't want everyone in the castle to see. Only the innkeeper and the item shop owner. You know, it's not like they see anybody every day. Nope, word's not going to get out at all. At least they did help him, you know, make it to the stairs. Because honestly, I don't think he would have made it here without their help. He's just a little wary. So, yeah, Hargon is apparently an evil priest and is going to destroy the world unless someone does something about it. And being the descendants of Roto, who better to send than the prince of the nation? Why not? I mean, if the king of Moonbrook was so capable, why shouldn't the prince of Laurasia? Well, at least they, you know, the king has an eye, well, not an eye out, just is thinking about the common soldier. And, yeah, it's sad for me to leave. I'm sure the people will deal with it. It's better that I go take care of the problem now before we have monsters descending upon our castle. I'll be careful, sure. And so Dad is going to give us a 50 gold allowance and a copper sword. But really, 50 gold? You think that's going to get me anywhere? Oh, that's not the equip screen. Let's go ahead and put that sword on. Otherwise, I'll be, well, I wouldn't say defenseless, but it's going to be really hard to get anywhere without some kind of weapon. Sure, I'll go make preparations. So, Sumultaria is, Cannock, and Moonbrook, they thankfully left the same. And we'll find our other descendants of Roto, our relatives. Specifically, they should be our cousins. Maybe like second or third cousins. And Larisa would be left twin if you're playing the NES version. So let's go ahead and make way to get out of here. I mean, come on, girl. What do you think? I stay, hang out with you, and then we all die? Or I leave, take care of the evil thing, and I come back and we have fun? I mean, someone's gonna have to help me rule this kingdom, right? Aw, she doesn't want to be a burden. A woman not to my liking? What? That's awkward. So, what's this old man gonna say? Ooh, Traveler's Gate. Yeah, these things warp you around. Unfortunately, going to this one right now, not too useful. Because, well, you'll see. I do love the effect, though. You come out here, and yeah, you're stuck on the tiny island. I suppose it's possible for you to get into a really difficult fight there, at which you would have no chance of winning. That's okay. I don't really feel like doing that. So, let's continue exploring the castle before I leave. So there's another prince and another princess waiting for us. And yeah, I should share some kind of bond. I mean, obviously, they're only relatives to me, and we're all descendants of a great hero. So that means we should all be capable fighters, able to equip all sorts of equipment and learn every spell there is. Right? Yeah, about that. Not, at least they didn't make everyone a carbon copy of each other. You know, different characters are capable of different things. I'll explain a little bit about all that later. For now, let's just buy a medical herb so I can do a little bit of healing, because, well, I clearly have no spells. So, let's head over to, what that guy call it? Larisa? Or Luriza? In any case, let's win. And here are some common and weak enemies. Thankfully, slimes, they're pretty much the same as they were before. Big slugs, a little stronger than slimes. still relatively nothing new about them, or interesting about them. I don't think they have any special attacks or anything. You should be able to kill them in like 1 or 2 hits. I'm a little surprised that slime took 2 hits to kill. And there we go. At least they give a decent amount of experience in gold. Oh good, 1 slug. I can kill 1 slug. Especially when they can't even hit me. Let's walk around the poison swamp. I'm getting pretty lucky with these fights. Haven't really taken a whole lot of damage. You may want to grind up to about level 3 or so before coming here. I didn't. That's because I don't really feel like waiting around or breaking now to grind and then come back next video. Or afterwards. That sounds like a great idea. So we come over here, and it's another item shop. Should have the same things as the previous one. Or not. Instead of the leather shield, they got the wing of chimera. Which does what it did before, only this time you can save in more than 1 spot in the entire game. Thankfully, because the game is like... I think the world map is 4 times as big as it was before. So, yeah. Instead of going back home every time you use the wing chimera, you will go to the last place you saved. Oh god, why? Why? No, get away from there. Roland, that is gross. Why did he... why would you even begin to talk to someone who's pissing in the corner? It should be clear that he's got his dick out and is leaking the lizard right there on those bushes. God. At least the game isn't worried about grossing people out. I kind of like when they can hit home with some things. Yeah, I heard about that. I kind of heard about that like secondhand. It's a pretty good way to hear about things. You don't have nearly as much information being distorted that way. And here's a weapon shop, item shop as well. Well, not an item shop, but armor shop. But I don't have enough money for any of those things, so I'll have to come back here later. Let's talk to this lady. Oh. About that. Oh, that was probably the soldier that just came to my castle. Yeah, about that. Moonbrook kinda got destroyed by Haragon. Hope you weren't too fond of your brother. Bye! Have fun raising your new nephew. Well, new son now, I guess. Foster son. What's you got to say? Oh, that's a problem. Yeah, you'll want to not get poisoned. New status effect in this game. I don't think we could get poisoned in the previous one. And it's kind of a problem. Is there a reason to come all the way out here? Not particularly. Nope. Oh, just checking. Sometimes you can find things on the floor. Or ground. A date? You're like 12! Well, actually I suppose that kids around that age are starting to date, aren't they? Fine, they're like 6. Oh, dude, I'm so sorry. I feel bad for all these people talking about their relatives in Moonbrook. They have no idea how screwed their lives are now. Well, I guess it's not that screwed. It does suck to lose, loved ones. Especially in wars. So, the churches in this game, pretty cool. You can remove poison. I'm pretty sure this will remove a curse. And, well, bring back your characters from being dead. Which will probably happen. Anyway, for now, I need to do some grinding because, well, I really want better equipment. So, I'm going to take care of that off-screen, and next time, we'll move on to Sunotaria Castle. Classichomer signing out. See you guys later.